The new update in the system is that Russia have made a new development to safeguard Burkina Faso and Captain Ibrahim Traore, and that is what we're going to share it out to you today. Now I have the full details and the full gist for you. What exactly Russia President Putin is doing for Captain Ibrahim Traore just after the recent failed coup attempt on Captain Ibrahim Traore's life. Because you heard about the coup, because they were trying to take Captain Ibrahim Traore down, but it didn't happen. Now I have the full gist for you here. What Russia is doing for Burkina Faso at the moment. Russia has reportedly sent special forces trained with unique skills with explicit instructions from President Putin to safeguard the presidency of Burkina Faso and as well as protect Captain Ibrahim Traore. So why have Russia decided to back up Burkina Faso at all costs? So you have to understand that Russia doesn't joke with Burkina Faso. Russia doesn't play with Captain Ibrahim Traore for that matter. And therefore, what have called for this? That Russia have to send special trained forces to safeguard the presidency of Burkina Faso and to protect Captain Ibrahim Traore at all costs. Now I have the full details. Let's get into this. Now, do you remember the recent failed coup attempt in Burkina Faso on Captain Ibrahim Traore's life? Now, talking about coup attempts in Burkina Faso, this is the failed coup attempts on Captain Ibrahim Traore's life. And we can't even count assassinations because it is serious. So many assassinations on Captain Ibrahim Traore's life, talking about somewhere 18, 19, 20 assassinations plus on Captain Ibrahim Traore's life. And why is everyone after this gentleman? Why are people eyes on Captain Ibrahim Traore? Is he the only leader in Africa, or what has caused this? Now, let me break a lot of information down and then we get into the aspect where Russia have sent forces to go and safeguard the presidency of Burkina Faso and protect Captain Ibrahim Traore. Now, do you remember Burkina Faso, talking about Captain Ibrahim Traore, have been taking 100% gold reserve and other resources in Burkina Faso. Remember, previously, after gold is processed in Burkina Faso or after gold is mined in Burkina Faso, it is always exported outside the country to the Western countries. You know that. So that was previously. And in every African country or any country that mines gold in Africa, there's always gold exportation. Gold moves outside the country. They export gold each day, each time, and in hour. So Captain Ibrahim Traore said, no, we are fed up and we are tired with this. We don't want the cheats. We don't want the corruption. We don't want that to settle for the less. And therefore, Captain Ibrahim Traore decided to take 100% gold reserve and other resources as well. And many people are accusing and blaming Captain Ibrahim Traore that he has hijacked 100% of the gold reserve, not for the benefit of the country, but for his own personal interest. That was the accusations on Captain Ibrahim Traore, saying that Captain Ibrahim Traore is taking the gold for his personal purposes or interests, but not for the people of Burkina Faso. And this caused demonstrations, and a lot of people came out to demonstrate, to tell the world that no hand should touch Captain Ibrahim Traore. That was after the failed coup attempt. Now let's get into the details once again. Now, you have heard about the informations that have been circulated online, and you have watched some. The US general talks about Captain Ibrahim Traore, Burkina Faso, and the gold and all that. And not only that, other Western countries eyes on Burkina Faso, as well as we can't mention without talking about France. You know what is happening. Previously, France was heading most things in Burkina Faso. But then, in Captain Ibrahim Traore's era, everything have changed. The France, embassies have been shut down, and a lot of things have changed in Burkina Faso. So Burkina Faso is not the Russia. Burkina Faso is not the France that we used to know. Burkina Faso have changed. France embassies closed, and this is giving pressure to the Western countries because they cannot breathe, they cannot survive without some of the resources that comes from Africa. So there was a time that when Captain Ibrahim Traore visited the gold processing industry, and then he was holding the bars of the gold. All eyes went on this gentleman. People saying he's taking the gold for his personal interest, but not for the benefit of the country. And the people said, no, we are in this country. You cannot tell us as whether we are benefiting the gold or not. Let us talk, let us complain before you come to talk about the fact that our president is taking the gold for his own personal interest. But then that was not the case, because they want by all means, ways and means, to get the president of Burkina Faso to export the gold so that they can get access to the resources that they need to be able to develop their countries. You and I know very well that the gold and other precious minerals and resources in Africa is what is being used by the Western people to develop their country. But when you come to Africa, we have the resources, we cannot develop our country. We go to borrow from the IMS, the World Bank, yet we can't develop our country, and we still call ourselves independent countries, and then we call ourselves Democrats. Meanwhile, our people have been protesting and they are killing them innocently, arresting and abducting people. That was what Captain Ibrahim Traore talked about. So this is why all eyes are settling on Captain Ibrahim Traore. A lot of things for that matter, but we can't talk about everything. Just sometimes we take some view to talk about, we get some updates. But this is the reason why all eyes are on Captain Ibrahim Traore. This gentleman doesn't deal with the West. This gentleman doesn't need your loan. This gentleman doesn't need to borrow before he succeeds. He deals with Russia, and Russia is strongly behind Burkina Faso, and therefore President Putin said, no, you cannot touch this Captain Ibrahim Traore's gentleman, because this is the president that the people need in Burkina Faso. And therefore, anyone that tries to touch Captain Ibrahim Traore is touching Russia. And therefore, no, and hands off Captain Ibrahim Traore. So this is the drama, this is the gist. So the controversies that have been happening on the media space is real. We know what is happening. We know why eyes on Captain Ibrahim Traore. So many accusations, failed coup attempts, assassinations, just to end this gentleman's life. But it's not possible, it's not working. So where do you think the problem might be coming from? Has African leaders allowed themselves to be influenced by the Western leaders, and therefore any African leader that tries to move his way, all eyes are on him? So the information I had is that I don't know how confirmed is this information, but this gives me, the room, the opportunity to talk about Captain Ibrahim Traore's legacy, even still in office. Because the way they want to end this gentleman is not, it can't be satisfied. It can't. So, trying all possible means to take Captain Ibrahim Traore out of office is shit. Like talking about Russia protecting Burkina Faso, Russia strongly behind Burkina Faso, Russia backing Burkina Faso, and then that is what I think it is. So many African countries are damaged because of failed leadership. So why is Burkina Faso doing better than African countries, and why do they want to kill Captain Ibrahim Traore? So many people are talking to the fact that if Burkina Faso decided to cut ties with France and then to embrace Russia, it means that Burkina Faso is a one step forward for cutting ties with France and a one step backwards for embracing Russia. Do you think it is what it is? Or what is your point of view? Let me know that in the comment section below. But then, Africa must strive to protect Captain Ibrahim Traore at all costs, because this is the leader who is making it all happen. We out.